Hey guys, this is Dodoid. So today we're taking a look at this cardboard box. And I'm not kidding you, this is the box. It's empty. But don't click away, because there is actually something to say here. As you can see, this box started life as the packaging for a boring ISP-provided Bell 2-wire consumer modem. You know, one of those modems that your ISP gives you with the user interface that was never really in style. The ones that have a Wi-Fi range of about 7mm but never enough Ethernet ports. Those ones. It's a pretty boring modem, and as you can see, the box even has the original IP address of the router, 192.168.2.1, written on it. I presume that's what it was set up as when it was installed. But the box also has some holes cut in it. As you can see, there's a little square hole here, slightly bigger one here, a weird, messy, circular hole here, and a big hole in the back. What's this for? Well, let's take a look at the front of the box. Yeah, Pegasus X. Believe it or not, it involves this thing. If you don't know what this is the Pegasus X. This was a computer, basically, that I developed in between when I was in 6th and 7th grade, with a friend of mine who did essentially no work. And, it's the worst computer I ever made. At least I concluded so the last time I talked about it. If you want to know a little bit more about this, you can go check out my Pegasus X video, which I made about this time last year, or you can wait until December 16th, when I'll be taking a look at a video on Pegasus in general, because, I mean, the products were never any good, but some of it's kind of interesting. Anyways, what's this box for? Well, as you can see, the sticker on it is just the sticker off the rear casing of the Pegasus X. It's exactly the same thing. I took it off the same sheet and everything. And there's really nothing special with the sticker, but this box was used at the Pegasus X release event. And yes, we held a release event for a computer that I developed when I was in grade 6 and 7. It was on December 16th, 2014, in the library of my middle school. We probably had about 30 students show up and check it out, just out of curiosity during recess. But why do we need this box? Well, this box acted as a stand for the Pegasus X. Let me illustrate. So it would look something like this. As you can see, it sits in the middle of the box, and it lifts it up a little bit, and you might think, oh, well, it's just so it's a little bit easier to see for someone who's, you know, walking by, and you don't have to crouch down so much to see the screen, but that's not why the box exists. Because, let me show you a clip from my Pegasus X video.
Unfortunately, the device is so light that just using the touchscreen causes it to tip backwards, so a bit of sticky tack on the bottom, and finally, it's ready to use.
Yeah. As you might have noticed, the Pegasus X's audio jack is on the bottom. Now, the release of the Pegasus X came at a time when the friend of mine who, quote-unquote, worked on it with me, insisted that the Pegasus X was a music player, which meant that at the event we wanted to have a pair of headphones to try out the music on the Pegasus X, and that all worked fine. The app worked great, and everything went okay. Except that the jack was on the bottom. So what we did is we took this cardboard box, which, may I repeat, contains nothing. We took a pair of headphones, we plugged it in the bottom, we put the Pegasus on here with the headphone cord sticking down through this hole, and we just sort of hoped that nobody would pick it up. And believe it or not, they didn't. Which means that thankfully, nobody ever tried to buy this and had to be warned that the jack was on the bottom, and most people probably think that the Pegasus X has wireless headphones because they probably never saw where they plugged in. These other holes were for two USB connectors here. That was for, I believe, the keyboard we had plugged in for the web browsing demo, and the power connector, because the Pegasus X doesn't have a battery. And then the hole on the back. All the wires ran out. There was I think it was a coiled up extension cord in here with a power adapter for this and maybe something else we had on the table. I'm not totally sure, but it was meant to clean up some wires as well as that whole headphone trick. But there was a power cord running out the back and the keyboard cable. And, I mean, it looks like garbage, literal garbage. I mean, it actually looks like something that might be thrown in the recycling bin. And I've actually debated tossing this out before the Pegasus X got vaguely maybe popular on my channel. But it actually did its job. It hid the fact that the headphones were terrible, and it cleaned up some cables. So this is a little remnant from the Pegasus X release that I'm gonna keep around for as long as I keep around my Pegasus X units, and I just think it's kind of funny, that's all. So if you did enjoy the video, then please do make sure to subscribe. We're still a very, very small channel. It does help us grow. Until next time, bye.